Welcome to Lone Crow Adventures, the channel where we talk about all things camping, hiking, and backpacking. If it's your first time here, consider hitting that subscribe button. There is a ton of great content on this channel I know you'll enjoy. Today I'm going to be introducing you to the Dragonfly Pro Rain Tarp made by Easthills Outdoors. Let's go! This is the Dragonfly Pro Rain Tarp made by Easthills Outdoors. Before we get started out, I want to take time to thank Easthills Outdoors, who was kind enough to send me this Dragonfly Pro Tarp, requesting that I review it on the channel. I promised the manufacturer that I would provide a completely unbiased and honest opinion about this tarp. This is a pretty good rain tarp. I so far am pretty impressed with it. The overall weight on this item comes in at 25 ounces and it compresses down really nice so that you can fit it in those crooks and crannies of your pack. So far pretty impressed with it. If you take a look on the website, Easthills Outdoors offers a couple different variations of this tarp. They offer different shapes, different sizes, and different suspension styles. So this one is the Dragonfly Pro, and it is a rectangular shaped tarp with 12 by 9 foot space. And this one here comes in at 25 ounces. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing set up, and I will meet you guys on the other side of the hill with my hammock. So this is what the Easthills Outdoors Dragonfly Rain Tarp looks like once it's fully assembled. I really like this tarp. It was easy to put up. It took me about 5 minutes, and I don't actually have an additional ridge line run under here. This is just the suspension on just the tarp by itself, and it's pretty taut, so I'm pretty happy about that. One of the things that I really enjoy about this tarp is that because it is a rectangular shaped tarp, you can use a few different configurations. From the top all the way down to the bottom, I can get really good coverage. So that way I have just enough airflow under here for some ventilation while I'm in my hammock, but I'm not going to be having a huge amount of breeze wisping in and out of the hammock. Last night it was actually pretty windy. We had 20 to 25 mile an hour winds, and I didn't have any breezy conditions inside my hammock using this tarp set up in the configuration that you see here. So I was really impressed overall. One of the things that I really appreciated about this tarp was the ability to close off the ends of my hammock shelter, which is going to reduce wind, and it's also going to help reduce moisture and prevent rain from getting on the inside. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. I'll remove these and show you. So if you wanted to go for a nice vent, you could open it up and do a traditional triangular shape like so. But if you want to close it off and prevent airflow and just keep things a little warmer on the inside, it gives you the option just to do a little crisscross. One down on the ground over here, one down in the ground over here, and it completely closes it off at the foot of my hammock, so I'm not getting extra wind on the inside. The Dragonfly tarp does come with 8 individual stakes and a nice little carry bag to carry them in. I really enjoy these stakes. They are 6 inches long and they are aluminum, so they're super lightweight. And you can see the design here with that 3-sided design. That's really going to help to grip the ground. I used these last night. I had 25 mile an hour winds. I didn't have any of these pull up at all, so I've been really impressed with them so far. And I like that they're nice and lightweight, and when I step on them and push them in the ground, they don't bend or give at all. Really high quality stakes. Now the fly comes with these nice reinforced grommet points here with a little strap and a adjuster so that you can get these guy ropes the length that you want. Each one of these guy ropes is 6 feet long, and you can see it's very well reinforced, this strap along the inside. You can pull on this and it's not going to rip. It's very, very sturdy. So stabilizing your Dragonfly tarp is super easy. Each one of the provided pegs comes with a little guy rope, so you can just push that down into the ground and then pass the cordage through. And I usually just tie a real simple knot because these are such long guy ropes. Get it tied down, then take it out, and then you can pull that nice and taut and stake it down in your position of preference. And that's really going to hold that really, really sturdy. There are a couple different versions of the Dragonfly Ultralight Rain Tarp available. This one is the Dragonfly Pro, which refers to its size and shape. This particular tarp is 12 feet long along the ridge line and 9 feet across. So it will give you an effective coverage area of 108 square feet of rain protection. The Dragonfly Ultralight Rain Tarp is made out of a 15D diamond ripstop nylon. It has been treated with a silicone agent and a polyurethane agent. So this way it offers both UV protection and water protection. So that would be your DWR. They have applied seam tape to the bottom of the ridgeline seam, and it is of a very high quality. It appears to be applied very well and very evenly. It doesn't bubble or crack. I'll bring this up closer so that you can really see it is a very high quality factory applied seam tape. In addition to being able to use the Dragonfly tarp for a hammock shelter and a rain shelter, it also is a great option to tarp your tents and add some additional waterproofing if you know you're going to be camping in really stormy weather. This is a 4-person tent, and you can see it is a really nice size to tarp this 4-person tent. And this tarp is actually large enough that I can use it for my 6-person tent as well, just to add some extra protection against the rain, keeping everybody on the inside bone dry. Pack up process is pretty easy. It has the stuff sack for all of your tent pegs. And the easiest way that I found to do this, some people roll it and stuff it in. I don't. I just kind of shove and push and get it in there. All right, no problems. And then we've got these stakes. So I'll just push them down the side. And it has a draw cord there. And this compresses really, really well. Like, you can see how small this will actually compress. The website says that it will go to 5 by 6 inches, but you can see it'll really flatten out, really push down. And if you took the stakes out of this bag, you could really get it to an even smaller shape if you needed to. If I had to rate the Easthills Outdoors Dragonfly Rain Tarp on a 5-point scale, I would actually give this tarp 5 out of 5 crows. The biggest reason for that is that I like this tarp well enough that it's going to become my go-to tarp. I'm replacing the one that I was previously using. One of the features I really liked about this tarp was that I don't need to run an extra ridge line. The attachment points are sturdy enough on this tarp that that's not necessary, so it's a time saver. I like the shape and the configuration, which allows me to customize the shelter based on the landscape and the weather conditions that I'm having. And last night we had 25-mile-an-hour winds. This thing held up. All the stakes stayed in the ground. It didn't rip, it didn't tear, and it's not a noisy tarp. Sometimes when the tarps kind of move around in the wind, they can be kind of noisy, and I did not have that problem with this tarp. The other thing that's a big point is I stayed dry. I stayed dry all night long. There was no condensation. There was no issues with wetness. Performs just the way that it says it's going to. I honestly cannot say enough about this tarp. It's absolutely fantastic. So I would say if you're looking for a lightweight backpacking tarp, you're looking for a hammock shelter tarp, or you're looking for a tarp to throw over your tent, one that you can keep nice and small and compact, give the Dragonfly tarp a consideration because it's amazing. Initially, when I saw this, I thought, wow, this thing's $70. I don't know if it's worth $70. After using it just one time, it's worth every penny. And if this tarp was ever damaged, I would run right back out and buy another one exactly like it. I can't say enough about this tarp. 5 out of 5 crow rating. Thanks for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you learned something new. Now is the time, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. And while you're here, you may as well check out a few of my other videos. Until next time, folks, we'll see you on the trail.